What are we doing?
What's up, Response on Players? We are back with another episode of the Response on Play podcast. My name is James, and with me today is...
Andrew. Got milk?
Bryan, make it 2.
Yo, you also want milk? Whole milk or
On the
2%?
rocks.
Milk on the rocks? Wait a minute.
Whoa. That guy's crazy. Anyway.
Also, wait, hold on. Why are you behind the bar? Do you have a license?
Of course I've got a license.
Okay, well...
You think they let anybody? You think they just let anybody back here?
Well, this is the League of Villains bar, so that probably, yeah.
All right, well. Anyway, we got an exciting episode for you this week. There have been a lot of reveals coming out lately with the My Hero decks coming out on June 12th. They've been revealing those cards, so that way you can get excited for them. We've been really excited about them, so we're going to go ahead and go over a few of those that have been revealed, so that way we can give you our thoughts and see what may be good going into this next set of meta. Before we get into that, though, speaking of the meta, the biggest terror of it has been Errata, Godzilla, Titan of Terror.
Good old Tot.
Yeah, he has been changed quite a bit, I would say. For anyone that doesn't know, his original form ability said play one card with printed difficulty 5 from your discard pile as your next form with no check necessary. And the new Errata is first form, try to play a card with printed difficulty 5 from your discard pile as your next form, period. So not only does he now have to pay for that card, it can only be as a first form, which nerfs the character a whole lot.
Oh, yeah. This guy, as I've said many times, he is not going to be in Rush Hour 3. He is donezo.
Yeah, he's not nearly as good.
Yeah.
I had to read it a couple times because originally I was like, okay, it's a first form. That's fine. And I noticed the little parentheses were gone. And I'm like, wait a minute. He's got to pay for that too. So it's going to be like, I don't know. Anybody ever try to play City Rampage and then check a 3? And you're just like, well, this turn feels worse. Now imagine that, except you don't get a bunch of pluses to your checks.
This man is no longer playing cards for free 99. They are now for 99.
For regular 99. I think they're for 5.
Yeah, for about 350.
Approximately, they all have to be $5.
Yeah, so we have heard, the community, everybody's heard and given the opinion of, well, it could be a first form. Well, he could just check for it. UVS just said, why don't we, ¿por qué no los dos? Like, why not both? This guy is dead. D-E-D. Dead.
Yeah, they're like, that's fine. We'll make it so you have to make the check, but we don't want it to be too expensive. So it's only going to be 5. It's first form. You're only going to ever have to check a 5.
Yeah. I mean, it does eliminate the gotcha part of the form of just, your rival blocking all your stuff. It's like, all right, I made it through, because they'll build 1 or 2. And then Todd just says, anyway, suplex, and just freaking kill you.
That's true.
They got rid of that, so now it's just...
They got rid of a lot of him.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just got rid of all of the skill expression in the character, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, if that's what you want to call it. Like, obviously, play 1 for free at the end is, like, not that skillful, quote unquote, but it's like... Yeah. I guess not skill expression, just the general expression of the character. Whether that's you want to build a 5-div foundation at the end of your turn. You want to, play an attack. You want to build a card on turn 2. Like there's a lot of things that it hit. Obviously it hit his end of turn aggression. It hit his turn 2 build as well, because you cannot build a 5 from your discard pile on turn 2 anymore if you're going second.
You can if you reviewed it.
Yes.
You could first form it and just hope you check well.
I suppose. I guess that's fair, but that's like so risky, right? I'm not gonna say no one's gonna ever do it, because there's some crazy people out there.
Hey,
Andrew.
what's up?
Anyway.
I like how we both went for it. And also, too, I do want to say the Top Cut interviews we had for Chicago, you should go check out those interviews that we did. Calvin Tahan pretty much said when he read this character, it was just very insulting. Like as a player, just reading the card, it was very insulting. And I agreed to that sentiment. I was like, yeah, it's very insulting when I read this character. It's like, hey, you mean I get to just ignore a core part of the game and mechanic and just get to, laugh in people's face just because they were prepared for this free attack or free card I get to play? Hey, Lamau, deal with it. So I definitely feel the same way of just, yeah, that's kind of just felt very disrespectful just reading it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a lot different in a game like, I don't know, I guess like Magic, where you have to do specific things to get those cards into your discard piles. We organically put so many cards in our discard pile throughout the game that having a character that picks whatever they want from it does break the core fundamentals of what the game is about.
Yeah, to be fair, you do have a few characters that do that, get to interact with the discard pile, but they're not doing it in the way that Godzilla is doing it. He flat out just went, yeah, this card is cool that I just milled like some point in time of the game. I'll play it now. Other characters like Elder Togoro or All for One in the upcoming hero deck, they interact with the discard pile, but they have to do something for it first. And for Elder Togoro, he still has to check for it. And for Afo, he has to be able to hit, an attack has to hit for at least 5 for him to be able to add anything into momentum. He doesn't get to play it, he just gets to play it later.
I mean, even like Ghidorah, who's the closest to like being the toolbox, doesn't get to go positive 1 card, which is a big part of Titan of Terror. Just going, I'll just play that one now, and instead, as like something like Ghidorah, you go, I'm going to play that one next. You know it, and I know it. I've said that.
Yep.
Or I will play it during this turn.
Yeah.
Which I think is a very different. And it's also like during the attacks, you don't get to just like open with it or do something else and then go, I've changed my mind. I'm going to do this now.
Yeah. Tot just gets to join Burning Godzilla in the city wreckage and in the water, dead. Got him.
I'm sorry, what does Burning Godzilla have to do with any of this?
Oh, Godzilla versus Destroyer. I'm pretty sure, freaking.
Yeah, he just died.
Yeah, Destroyer basically killed Burning Godzilla, and we talked about it in like a previous episode that like Titan of Terror was what was it, the baby Godzilla in that movie.
I'm pretty sure.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure he's the baby one.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not really important.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever that was. Anyway, yeah, I wonder at what point we either stop trying to or severely limit the number of discard interactions that we have, because it seems like the vast majority of them do not survive very long.
No.
Obviously, there's this one. There was Equipment Heist, which, granted, was broken for a different reason. It also searched the deck, which is definitely something we probably shouldn't be doing in this game.
Yeah, that for sure should never be touched unless it comes with some sort of some sort of downside.
Yeah, so I guess here's the thing: is it's not necessarily the searching that's the problem, because, like you said, all the new All for One searches, things like that. Elder will do
grabs
it
from the discard. Elder grabs, and those don't feel really wild.
The problem
was good for a while, but
the problem is when you get to search and then you get to do the thing at a discounted cost. So the 3 that we're thinking of is obviously this character, Equipment Heist, and the Attack on Titan card, Risky Encounter.
Risky Encounter, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was play it from your discard, and it gets -3 difficulty. So it seems like, and all of those cards have been banned shortly after they've been released.
Yep.
So it seems like the biggest problem is discard recursion, and then also getting the discounted rates. So unless it becomes very restrictive on how you set up those engines, I just don't think we can print those kind of abilities, because they are always too strong.
I agree.
We also kind of have a 4th honorable mention in Combined Firepower.
Yeah.
Coming from the discard as its own thing, and them changing it to Ghidorah only.
Yeah, and I mean, that card did not count towards progressive, so you get to play it at a quote-unquote discounted rate, because you got to play it. It was very cheap, adds a 1 difficulty, and then it also did not make your other cards any more difficult to play.
And then also it blocked
Correct. You could also
for
block
free,
with it.
like out of hand. That was the big part. I feel like one of the biggest parts of it.
Yeah. The one thing I loved doing about like doing that with combined firepower was doing it in Caleb on Void and just being able to just be like, yeah, man, I'll incubate and remove a card. Yeah, I'll block with this action. I'll burn you for one. Sick. It was great.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most fair ways to play that card.
And that's
sure
why
it
Caleb.
was.
That's why Caleb's not allowed to get played. He was too strong with combined firepower. That's why they hit it.
So we touched combined firepower, and now he doesn't see play. We did it.
Exactly.
Make Caleb great, please.
Make Caleb great for once.
Make
Yes.
Caleb great again.
Yeah, he was
Not again.
Look, I love the character. He was not great at all. Like, hold on.
Not in our game, at least. He's great as a character.
That's a quick little discussion about Titan of Terror. Obviously, everyone was expecting it. Everyone that was at Chicago pretty much knew that this was going to happen. So it's good to see. Glad to see that we've taken care of things that are a little bit too strong. Does Reiner become too strong now?
I definitely think Rider 3 like gets jumped up. I've also saw discussions that Mothra also gets lifted up a little bit just because Mothra is the kind of new and shiny control deck. And honestly, I can see it because Mothra is kind of hard to kill considering the stat manipulation she has and the free block on her face. So
For sure.
I could definitely see her seeing a bit of a glow up with Tot being gone. But Reiner 3, I think for sure takes the spotlight now.
Fair enough. We'll have to see where that goes come Vegas. Obviously, we'll be there. So we'll be excited to see who takes the spotlight. Having played against both Reiner and Mothra in Chicago, I think they're both very real decks. Personally, I think it'd be real cool if Mothra won because I, at my heart, am a control player and I love that play style. So I think it'd be really cool, but we'll have to see.
That's why you play so much Rodan.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's why you play so much of these aggressive decks. Real control player attitude.
I've never played an aggressive deck in my life. Speaking of decks, there's some new ones coming out in June.
Sure are.
I heard about that.
You guys excited about them?
Hell yeah, I'm excited about him.
Hell yeah. I mean, last episode, I was a big fan of All for One. Like, I did not hide it. I glazed that character quite a bit in that episode. And if you haven't checked out that episode, go check it out. Listen to it. And let us know what you think of the characters. But yeah, I'm excited for these decks, honestly, because all the characters look playable.
Yeah, and like you weren't there, so I only kind of hyped up Armored All Might on your behalf. And then I hyped up Izuku, who got really cool stuff to me. And then I thought I was going to have to hype up Shigaraki, but then as soon as I read it, everybody else was like, actually, this character might be sick. And I was like, thank you. That's what I said the first time.
I was already on your side, and we talked more about it. I was like, no, this character is actually cooking.
I'm so mid on this character, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. If you are
We'll talk about it later off stream.
excited about the decks, you're going to be even more excited to find out we know some of the cards that are in it. So
We do?
let's go ahead through a few of the ones that have been revealed. Better yet, let's go through all the ones that have been revealed. And we're going to start with the hero deck. And we'll go through all the ones that have been revealed for the hero, and then we'll go through the ones for the villains, and just kind of give our opinions on them, so that way we can hopefully get excited even more and start cooking up some game plans.
For sure. I mean, I've already been cooking with FO. I'm already ahead of the game. Just saying.
All right, so obviously all 4 ones giga bad if Andrew's like cooking them,
right.
unfortunately.
I actually think...
So,
Okay. All right.
no.
I don't think that's actually true this time. I just want to say,
Hold on.
in defense of my mans.
Well, all right, so never mind. I'll retract that statement. Andrew won't be playing him for much longer once people decide that he's good.
Okay.
That sounds more correct. Okay. I will accept that one. I was going to say, my mans, I don't think chose a bad character. I actually don't think there is a bad character out of the 4 of these. I think they're all pretty sick.
How are you going to shoot the patron of a bar, bro? I just want to drink, and you just pulled out a Glock. What kind of service is this?
Anyway, what's the first card?
1A configuration. It is 4 difficulty, 3 check, 1 low block, 4 mid for 4, with the armor, fury, tech, and vestige keywords. It is on the all fire and good symbols, and it has blitz, If there are 2 or more vestiges in your card pool, change this attack's zone. If there are 3 or more, it gains Frenzy. If there are 4 or more, it gains EX3 or Powerful 4.
Ooh, okay. I didn't realize that it was a choice between EX3 or Powerful 4. I also didn't really look at this card too much. I just kind of read
Andrew
it.
didn't do his homework.
Yeah, I was just like, armor card? Not an all for one card? All right, whatever. I thought,
Yeah, he said, I can't play this in all for one. This card's not real. It can't hurt me.
I mean, I like that it gets Frenzy. I think we should see more Frenzy, which I think
Frenzy is a sick keyword.
I think we have been seeing a bit more of Frenzy here lately, and I definitely think we should, because I like Frenzy as a keyword.
Yeah, I definitely think Frenzy is fun, and we definitely should see more of it. I like that these are different sentences, so that way they stack.
Yes, the idea is you get all of them if you have all of it.
Yeah.
Because there have been certain cards we've seen in the past where it's like you get a thing, if it's this, do this instead or whatever, but this is just straight stacks on, and I like that a lot.
It should make it easier to just like understanding of like what you get.
I do feel like this is only going to be played inside this deck and possibly only inside the non-changed deck.
Yeah, just the precon.
Because it cares about vestiges in your card pool, and this is the only attack lineup that has vestige on the attacks from what I'm aware of. None of the deck on the move attacks had vestige on them, and so you can only use the attacks from this deck to fulfill that.
So I agree that pretty much all the cards that you would have in pool that say vestige are basically going to be talked about later, like just other cards we're about to talk about. But there is some cool ideas where you play like the Foundation we'll talk about later that has a card pool effect. Get the play 1A and get the zone change, and then play the next one and play a second 1A and get Frenzy. Something like that. We don't know anything. We haven't seen all of the attacks yet. Obviously, we could get a really cracked vestige attack. We'll see if that's true.
Yeah, for sure. I just feel like it's too limited to play it inside of anything that's not just slammed full of vestige attacks.
It is very keyword gated on a keyword that's very hard to find comparably.
Yeah.
I agree. Other than that, I think this card's cool. I think it's a really cool idea to give it these modal effects.
Yeah, I think it's a great card for the decks.
The better it is.
It does count itself too. So and if you wanted to build in 3 vestiges, then play this at the end, and then you get the full benefit of the card. But who really wants to play this on a 7?
That's crazy.
That is something you could do.
That's a choice. I feel like the real trick of it is effectively it's basically written. If you're actually wanting to play this card, if you play it on a 5, it gets this. If you play it on a 6, it gets this. If you play it on a 7, it gets this. It does say more, but it's basically if it's on a 5, if it's on a 6, if it's on a 7.
Correct.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
Or it's a 4 mid for 4 for 4.
A foe for foe. Yeah.
Next, we have Cellophane Sugarman Shoot Style Smash, which is a 4 difficulty, 3 check with a 2 low block, 3 mid for 5, with the keywords Armor, Kick, Tech, and Vestige. On the air, all, and good symbols with the Blitz. If you have less momentum than your rival, this attack gets +3 speed.
I do think there's a really cool effect here with the other older Vestige cards that are mostly on good, where +3 speed gets the cost effect payment, where you just give it 3 damage and put it in momentum.
Oh, Fajin.
Fajin, or the other one that commits at that point, because there's another one that cares about the number 3. 3 is their arc number for that deck, so there is some cool stuff there. Other than that, I think this card's fine. It's a low block.
I mean,
Yeah, I
you
think,
could never
honestly,
have
I think
enough
this-
of those.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think this card is fairly solid. If you play a low momentum deck, or you play a deck that spends its momentum very easily,
Or on turn 2.
yeah, if you've taken a hit, a 6 mid for 5 you find any like 2 damage, you make it a 6 mid for 7 on a 4 diff. I think that's perfectly playable. It would depend on how easily you can make sure that you hit that. I have less momentum than my rival, though.
I feel like it's pretty good into a lot of the I want to steal momentum decks.
Mm-hmm.
So you play something else on a 4, they go, I'll press my steal momentum button, and I go, cool, here's a 6 mid for 5.
True. And honestly, 6 mid for 5 on a 4 diff are good stats.
That's over stats.
Those are good stats for a 4 diff.
I think it just doesn't do much else, which could matter. It does have, some cool keywords. It has the armor keyword. It has the vestige keyword for 1A. It has the kick keyword. So, anybody who cares about kicks.
It's also
on air.
It's also another smash for Hero 2 for good old Smash Might.
It do be saying smash on it.
Yep, just saying Smash Might, Hero 2. There's more material for him. We're in there.
Are these the characters you think about when you go to sleep?
I think about multiple characters when I go to sleep. Of like, oh man, this character.
Like you're
so
laying
cool
in
with this.
bed and you're just like, who's really cool with this card? Smash Might.
Like,
And then you like go to bed and have good dreams. Like what? Anyway. Next
also,
card.
Bold of you to assume I don't dream about our Lord and Savior 13.
It's true. Not okay card in 13 on air.
Incoming Smash Kick. 4 difficulty, 3 check, 2 mid block, 3 high for 4 with kick and vestige keywords on all good and life. As a response, discard 1 card. After you make a check to play this card, that check gets +2.
I mean,
this card's never seen play.
You could put it in Smash Might.
Oh my!
In Hero 2.
Let's go.
We're not doing this.
We are though. And also, it's a kick. I don't remember if Smash Might cares about punches specifically. I know he cares about the smash.
He just cares about playing cards that say smash.
Yeah, I think that's right. I could have swore he had also dealt with punches too, but I'm probably thinking of the other like 30 All Mights we have. But
there are a lot of them. I think this card is a cool response.
I think this
an
card
okay card.
I think this card got great art.
The art does look neat.
Yeah. The art in all 3 of them are pretty cool.
I agree, but unfortunately, the card is just not that great. The response isn't that bad. I just don't know if it belongs on this attack.
I actually think the response is pretty good. The problem is you don't want it on this.
That's
Right, yeah, this is a fantastic response. This is a response that I'd love to see on plenty of other cards.
But I
think if this was like a 5 for
This is a
5,
response I'd like to see on 1A configuration.
True.
That would be messed up, actually.
Actually.
Just all in on it, where you play it as the 4th on a 7, you check the 5, you discard the card and go, no, it's a 7, man.
Yeah, I get the full benefit. Let's go.
Yeah, that would be wild.
Agreed.
It would no longer be a rare. Absolutely, that would be the ultra rare then. No, I think this card's fine. It will not probably see play, like you said. It's basically a little understated because of the response, I think. It lets it come in late. I think they're basically treating it like a 3 diff.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I think with that, though, it should have had more stats. Like, make it a
Unless you can just
5 or 5.
slam a ton of stats on it. Like, I don't know. I guess in the All Might, this is a 4 high
it is
for
in fact
7.
a 4 high for 7, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And that's fine.
A 4 high for 7 that comes in as probably on an 8.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even just on a 7 check well, discard the card.
Mm-hmm.
Like that makes it the 4th attack.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it'll see play in All Might just because he puts on so many stats and he gets to draw cards. Other than that, though, I'm not expecting to see too much.
Yeah.
Same.
All right, and that's going to wrap it up for the attacks that we know of in the hero decks. Let's move on to the foundations. First one is going to be Bomber Jet Ride. It is a 1 difficulty 5 check with a 3 high block on air, all, and good, and has the enhance flip, clear 1 card played as a block from your card pool.
I mean, this is just a good defense card to unclog your card pool for more blocks.
Yeah, I do think this is a world where, like, you can, in the character that wants to block in this one, which of course is Midoriya, you block, you build, you block, you clear. The third one comes down, you're still playing with no progressive, or maybe you have Divine Defender, and so you don't clear it, you pick it back up, you block with it, then you clear it when they play the fourth one. Your card pool is immaculate.
Yeah,
It's the fourth attack.
you keep it you just keep it squeaky clean. You keep your card pool clean for more blocks because, you never know. They could just string out and just try to kill you. But if you keep your card pool clean, they're not going to kill you. This also flips, so you get to still keep the resource as well. So it doesn't commit or anything,
Yeah.
so you still have a resource
useful.
to help block with.
Yeah, I could see this one. I could see this one doing something. I think it could have been okay as a 2-high block because we have cards that do the same thing but better in the form of specifically just the Ghidorah one.
Battle for Dominance,
Battle for
Rivals
Dominance.
Turn, Enhance Flip, remove this card remove a card from the card pool,
And then draw a card. Yep, or
Yeah.
not quite the same because it's a 2-diff, but you have the Jin card
Lively defense.
from way back in the day, yeah, that just clears a card to play it as a block as
and it
cost,
minuses 2 speed.
and then gives -2 speed.
Yep.
So I don't know that it necessarily deserves a 3-high block. If it was a 2-high block, I would say this probably goes in quite a lot of decks.
To be fair, I think maybe it's just maybe we're actually seeing like the idea of what a common is allowed to do. It does quite a bit, but it could do a little bit more and be a little bit better. But then it would be the higher rarity.
Could be. I mean, that's possible.
Like we're actually just seeing like the ceiling of that now, or what they've decided that should be. I will say also, vaguely unrelated, you said Jin, and I'm so future set pilled that I was going, what card in the Jin Kazuma starter deck clears cards?
Nah.
And then you kept
good-
talking, and I was like, oh, the guy from Yu Hakusho.
The good
My
Jin.
bad.
Well,
He's got good on him.
yeah. That Jin does indeed have good on him.
All right. Next up, we have Evoking the Wielders. 2 difficulty, 5 check, 1 mid block with ally and vestige on the infinity symbol. Has enhanced commit if there are at least 3 differently named vestiges foundations in your stage. Your attack gets +2 speed and +4 damage.
This is free in Deku, in this Deku.
Yep.
And kind of the previous Deku, but mostly this Deku.
I mean, yeah, because this new Deku wants the vestige foundations in his stage for the full speed manipulation, and then this also just says, hey, not only do you have a speed manipulation, how about some decent damage?
Yeah, what if I gave it +5, +4?
What if I just made
Like
this
committing a
attack
foundation.
unblockable and end your lineage?
I think this card's cool. It's got a good block, good check. Like,
It is a
I actually
one-hit block.
think this card's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Just like in general, I think this card's pretty okay if you're on the Vestige plan. And if you're not on the Vestige plan, I don't know why this is in your deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you want a mid block, but I'm sure there are just better cards on whatever symbol you're playing that will actually do something for you. But, there's that. Although I will say, you could play this in All for One. It's the infinity symbol. You could play it in All for One if you wanted to. He doesn't care about vestiges, but you could.
He can't run any of them, I think. I think he can only run one. I think there's like one on Void.
I think there's a couple on Void that he can run, but even then, you don't care about vestiges.
Just at a loss for words every time he talks.
Just him?
Mostly. When he's talking,
It's okay, man.
why?
Just go to the next card.
Man, this guy just fixed my drink already. Like, I'm thirsty.
Goodness.
If you pour him the milk, he might leave.
Invoking the Wielders and All for One. I'm going to check that one out. Anyway, Gear Shift. 1 difficulty, 5 check, 3 high block, Deflect 2, and Vestige. On air, all, and good. Has enhance card pool, flip. This attack gets +2 or -2 speed.
I think this card is quite good, especially in Bridget.
Sure. Yeah.
This card is very sick in Bridget.
I mean, I guess she already does that though. So
Yeah,
like,
explain.
I mean, it's just another source of speed. If you're like really deep in the card pool, you can then flip this for 2 speed, flip another thing for 2 speed. Or you could just, instead of using her own character, you just have this. You could just flip it for the minus speed or plus speed and just kick it in momentum if your attack hits. Because I think it's your attack hits.
it's this attack. It's flip this attack gets +2 or -2.
No, I was thinking for the response.
And her thing.
I think it's,
Oh, for her thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yours.
yeah. So, I mean, yeah, she already does that. But, I mean, it's got deflect too, so you can just minus the damage.
For me, it's literally the angle I was talking about earlier, where you block with Evoking the Wielders, build it down. You block with Gear Shift, you enhance card pool, flip it, and then pick it back up or clear it with Bomber Jet Ride, and go, yeah, man, it's even slower. I'll get rid of this because I did play that card as a block.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. I think that's really cool. I kind of wish it was Omni Block. That's like my only downside is I kind of wish it was a mid for that kind of effect. So that you could always have that as an option of just like, I'll put it in front
Granted,
and then spend it and then spend it.
yeah, it's got, I mean, I can understand why it's just a 3 high because it does have deflect 2. It has the speed manipulation enhanced while it's in the card pool. It's a spam. It checks good. Like, I see them just being like, yeah, it has to be a 3 high because it's got all this
No,
other
I
stuff.
think this one's fine. I think it could have been a 3 mid, maybe, and still been cool. But I do think it does a lot, and that's really cool.
I wonder if there's just more mid blocks in the deck, and that's why it's a high, because they were like, yeah, the deck's got too many mids.
Maybe. I mean, we haven't seen every card. It's also, there is a world where there's a pain point for it, where you play it as a deflect, you flip it, and then someone just starting tries to clear it with Bomber Jet Ride. In fact, I bet originally Bomber Jet Ride just said clear 1 card from your card pool, like on Rival's turn, and then they were like, I don't know if we should let it be that free. Deflect 2, flip it, and clear it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I do like the idea of deflecting 2 to get it in the card pool and then minusing speed on the next attack.
Yeah, and just blocking that one.
No, it feels good.
And there's one last card we've got to talk about for the hero deck. This one is going to be good and evil. Now, this card is a little bit different because it's going to be coming in both decks. So you'll have this whether you pick up the hero deck or the villain deck. You'll have access to this card. This card is a 2 difficulty 4 check with a 3 low block on the evil and good symbols, and has enhance commit. This attack gets -1 speed and -1 damage to a minimum of 1 damage. And response commit, spend 1 momentum. After your rival plays a responsibility on a non-character card, cancel its effects.
Incredible Display is back, baby.
Yeah.
Except it's now a 4.
That's fine. They learned their lesson.
They relearned their lesson because this is a reprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, this card is super cool. I'm so down for this.
Yeah, the response is hella strong. The enhance is fine.
This fixes the biggest problem I was having in my Jacob Johnson deck, which is canceling responsibilities.
And now you can do it on 2 different symbols
Yeah,
in JJ.
this card's broken.
That's
So down.
less true.
I think the stat manipulation is good, and then obviously I think the breadwinner here is the response to be able to cancel a responsibility.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was like the big thing about Incredible Display. So the fact that we have those words here on this card is pretty good.
Yeah, I think this instantly becomes one of the highest team hero targets, at least for the first one, just because it interacts with one of the most uninteractable portions of the game, which is responses.
You do have to be built on good or evil. So you are committing to one of those symbols to get this effect. And also, I mean, I think that's a good thing that you're having to commit to this to get what you want there.
pretty cut and dry on that one. I think everybody think that one is very solid. But that's going to go ahead, like I said, do it for the hero deck. Let's go ahead and move on to the villains. Going to go ahead and start with Adaptive Stabbing. This is a 4 difficulty, 3 check, 2 mid block with 3 mid for 5 damage, and the Fury and Punch keywords. This is on Earth, Evil, and Void. And it has the Blitz. If this attack was played from anywhere other than your hand, it gains throw, and your rival flips 1 foundation.
I mean, this is just a good all-for-1 card, and, I mean, Shig card. I think this is specifically Shig symbols. So, I mean, it's...
Shig is Death, Evil, Void.
Neither of the characters have Earth on them.
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't remember what Shig's third symbol was. But, I mean, card's fine. It's just facilitating the game plan of the precon. I think this card's harmless. I think it's fine.
I think this card is pretty solid in any character that wants to build, like basically play stuff from out of hand, or non-hand, I should say. Getting to give it throw, so it's guaranteed a momentum for you in the future, and giving it the rival flip to just like slowly get rid of some stuff, especially like early. Like on turn 2, getting to flip something, even though you don't get to choose, is still pretty good because they probably only built the good ones out of their hand.
Yeah, and I mean, to that point about it guaranteeing to go to momentum, if you were to play this with AFO, that wouldn't go to momentum at the end of the turn just because it would get removed, because that's just all for one's wording, is if you play a card from the momentum, it will get removed if it leaves the card pool. So, but even then, it's still guaranteed damage because it would be given throw.
Well, I just meant like correct in his specific case. It'd be that Tomura gets to, of course, put it in momentum later.
Yep.
Like just getting to play it from somewhere else. If you're a character with like built on Evil or Void or Earth that has the fire symbol, you can maybe hit it off of Dreaming of Fighting or something like that, and getting the effect that way. I think this card's cool. I don't think it's super strong. It's kind of niche, but I think it's cool.
Yeah, I don't hate
you
it.
Get that,
I think it's fine.
what is it? Flurry of Blows or whatever? Is that the one that's like reveal the top 3 if they're an attack, or remove the top 3?
Enough talk.
Enough talk.
Which is the promo. The promo one. Yeah, you're right. Enough talk stocks have gone up slightly.
Let's go.
So, Raphael
Can't play this card.
Yeah, he
can't
cannot
play this card. So,
Yep.
well, find some other fire character then. Oh, well.
I was going to say, someone who's fire and has one of these 3 symbols.
Fire Void. So, Ryu. Fire Void.
Oh, we found
Build
it.
on Void.
Character's terrible.
Could be cool, actually. Actually, that could be cool.
No,
Yeah, it would get 2 damage.
That'd be sick.
2 damage and it gets throw, and you have them flip something.
On Earth, you could do it with Grog. Same idea. Built on Earth. It becomes a throw if you can hit it with the enough talk. I don't know that you'd want to do that, but it's funny.
There's some funny
Alright.
things you can do with this card, for sure.
Moving on, we've got Appendage Onslaught. 4 difficulty, 3 check, 1 mid block, 2 mid for 6 with stun 1 and Fury. On the Death, Evil, and Void symbols with the Blitz, if this attack was played from anywhere other than your hand, it gets +1 to its stun rating. Seeing a bit of a theme here.
I definitely think this is a lot more playable than Adaptive Stabbing. But, yeah, I mean, it's leaning more into the theme of, yeah, these characters get to play from not from hand, so let's have some attacks deal with that, dabble in that. I think this card's perfectly fine. It can become a stun 2 mid 6. It's got a pretty good block mod, and it's a 4 diff. So like a 4 diff attack with 6 damage, it's pretty decent.
I think it wears speed really well because like you put a little speed on it and then you get to hit the stun 2 button. That's pretty rough.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you can put like a decent amount of speed on there and you can force them to press some of their buttons and then stun them.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be that much speed, right? +2 is a pretty normal amount of speed to put on things. And a 4 mid for 6 with stun 2 would be played quite often, actually, I think. Not as much now, I guess, as it used to.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
you could also just slap these back to back, right? If you have it, as Shig specifically, if you have another one in hand, you can remove it for a speed, and then play it. So then you get to have these stun twos like back to back. And surely the second one, if they block the first one, the second one's probably gonna hit, right?
Probably. If you've got repeatable speed, which he does, he gives 1.
Yeah. So this is a minimum 3 mid 6 in Shig.
Next up, we've got Combination Salvo. This is a 6 difficulty, 3 check, 2 low block, 4 high for 7, with Powerful 4, Fury, and Ranged on the Chaos Evil Void symbols. With the Blitz, if you have 5 or more cards in your removed pile, this attack gets +3 speed. And the response, after you play this attack's powerful ability, add 1 attack card spent to pay the cost of that ability from your discard pile to your hand.
Okay, I know this isn't all for one that you are, but nah, this is just a Rodan kill card. Like, can we be honest?
Kinda.
Like,
Yeah.
Rodan will easily get the blitz. Rodan will make it faster. Like, he can make it stupid fast and spend the momentum for some damage and be able to pick up any of the attacks that's in the momentum so he can still sling it for the rest of the
Like
turn.
the one he played before.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, I think this card is cool, and obviously,
This card is cool.
All for One can use it. I think Shig wears it a bit better, but also, this is a Rodan card. Like, this is just how
On 2
Rodan
symbols.
will
Just-
kill people.
I could definitely see it, that's for sure.
Yeah, the buyback is cool. This card is pretty solid.
Yeah, I think this card's
Just
good.
kind of in general.
Yes. I think it's very cool.
It is probably currently, outside of the characters, the reason you pick up this deck.
Yeah, I think there's going to be... I'm not going to say a lot, because not a lot of characters care about removing cards unless you're trying to, like, recycle. Or not recycle, but full cycle. I do think that any character that cares about removing cards, though, is definitely going to want this one. This one seems just all around good.
And I mean, like, based on its symbols, there's quite a few characters on Evil and Void that spend the cost of removing cards. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
it's
I
gonna
guess.
be kind of a staple in those.
Yeah, I guess you've just got incubating, right? You just incubating 5 times, and this is alive. So
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's totally
you
fair.
incubated all of your defense turn. It became your turn again on turn 3, and you're off to the races. This is a 7 for 7.
Yep. Nah,
At
Salvo
worst,
is a
a
pretty.
7 for 7 from itself.
Salvo's a pretty neat card. I like this.
All right. Next up, we've got Persistent Malice. This is a 4 difficulty, 3 check, 2 high block, 3 mid for 5 with EX2 and ranged. Has the Chaos Evil Void symbols. Has a static ability. When this card is added to your momentum, add it face up. Has a responsibility from the momentum to flip. And after you commit your character, your rival's next check gets -2.
I mean, we had to have had a card that goes into momentum face up because, again, all for one. I think this is fine. Like, it's just you get your rival hits you. You go, okay, well, I'll go ahead and put Persistent Malice into my momentum. I don't know if you'd be able to respond with it immediately. No, I'm sorry. You would ready all for one with the response, and then next attack, if you wanted to, you could commit all for one for the enhanced to play for momentum, and then you flip Persistent Mouse to say, "Hey, I'm going to future sight breaker to you," and then I now
much.
have this high block that if I can use if I want. That's fine.
Yeah.
But
I think this card's cool. It's very thematic.
yes,
For like what the deck wants to do of putting momentum and doing effects in weird zones.
Yeah.
Or non-traditional zones.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. What I've noticed with the villain deck, and obviously the hero deck, there's a bit of flavor and synergy in it as well. But I feel like right now with the cards that have been revealed, we're definitely seeing the synergy in the villain deck. I think it's just in your face more. Like, it's a lot more upfront about what the deck wants you to do.
Yeah, the two characters have like similar game plans of like playing cards from somewhere else, whereas the hero decks are not quite as linked in that way.
Yeah.
They want you to play cards.
I think they all four decks want you to play cards. I think that's the plan.
Yes.
Scientists
the hero deck
looking into that
is-
one still.
I was gonna say for the hero decks, they're pretty simple in that they just want to have you play the game, like kind of just play solid fundamental version of the game, and they'll just make it better.
Yeah.
Whereas the villain deck goes, hey, if you know the fundamentals, here's some wonky ass stuff you can do to really mess with your opponent, because who knows what you're gonna do.
Because I won't smile.
Alrighty. Next up, we've got Hopelessness. This is a 2 difficulty, 5 check, 2 low block with the response flip. After your rival discards 1 or more cards, seal 1 rival foundation. And this is attuned on the void symbol.
All right, so I'm gonna pull one out of my wank ass hat. All right, of just hey, you know who can play this card pretty decently? Botan. My attack, I'm gonna have you discard a card. Sick. I'm gonna flip Hopelessness. You're going to lose this foundation right there. Bada bing.
doing?
Bada bing. Bada boom. You can use this card in Botan.
It's always active in Botan as well, because you're always doing that button.
You're always pressing the button to mess up the sculpts of your rival, and they hate it. But now you get to do the bonus of shutting off their stage.
You shut off their moment of normalcy.
Exactly. And then, why not? At the end of a string, you could just go, I'll play Bat Strike. Because that's also just that's like the idea of how Botan's supposed to kill you. It's just like, all right, you discarded like 8 cards, you're low health, this hit you, cool, burn you 8, I win. Lamau.
I mean, she was supposed to make you mop. She was supposed to hit you with a mop, then hit you with a bat, then hit you with an ore.
Yeah.
But we can't do that anymore.
Nope, not allowed.
And then you lose anyway, because like you don't.
Well, yeah, because the mop broke, but you still have the bat and you still have the ore.
Yeah, except
All right.
the ore checks at 2.
Yeah, well, if you're a coward, you care about that.
Just don't check it.
Yeah, just don't check it, forehead.
Just don't make the deadlock discard 3 freaking cards.
Yeah, and then draw 3
Anyway.
cards because they discarded 3. Or you press the enhance on Botan, you're drawing 4. Easy.
Never have I agreed a card deserves a 1 check. That deserves a 1 check.
It doesn't. It's
or strike.
It's such
no.
a solid 2 check.
Yes.
No. Yeah,
You don't even play it right now.
it's literally not seeing any play. And speaking of
Correct.
not seeing any play, Botan is not seeing any play.
Correct.
I've been meaning to actually cook up a Botan list. I just haven't.
course you
As
are.
a
Yeah.
community, we've agreed Ore Strike is too strong, which is why no one's playing it.
What?
I don't think
I
that's
don't
true,
think that's true. You're drinking all your own stuff back there. Also, where's my
Real
milk?
Thoughts on Hopelessness?
Great.
I think the
I don't think there's enough
activation of making
characters
your
that care.
rival discard is a little rough.
Yeah, I was like, I just don't think there's enough characters that care about that right now.
Which
I
would
will
love to
say,
see more of it.
actually, on Void, if we wanted to be less silly, there is a world where anytime you decide to press Botan's coaching,
True.
you then get to seal their best card.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that is a thing that you will see, because Botan's coaching is going to get played until it rotates.
Yeah.
That card's very good.
Card is the only good zero diff right now. Also, this and Isla
Basically, yeah.
is just another sealed foundation for Wild Style.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's true. Like, there is a world where I could see it getting used. It's a very specific game plan, though.
yeah, I agree. I don't hate this card. I like it quite a bit. It really leans into Void's identity of, yeah, man, I'm just gonna seal a bunch of your stuff. I'm gonna just mess with your buttons.
I'm actually sitting here thinking, I'm not sure how the deck uses it against the other deck it comes out with. Because All Might and Deku don't discard cards.
I think it might just be like some sort of like flavorful thing of if your rival
It is.
has.
It is probably that.
I mean,
But
also,
just
wait,
like-
they have that in the precon. They have incoming smash kick, where they discard a card for +2 to their check. You go Hopelessness, turn that foundation off.
Technically true.
I'm just saying,
Crazy if that's the line that they're.
look, I'm just saying for the precon specifically, just the precon, it's right there.
I think because we don't have all the cards yet, I think there's probably just a card that makes your rival discard somewhere in this deck.
Would be cool. I mean, I'm a fan of hand destruction, so I would like to see more of that.
Or gives them the choice. The coolest version would be it gives them the choice of like, I do a thing or you discard a card to cancel it, and then when they cancel it, you go, cool, I'll seal that too.
Yeah, you basically give them that sort of choice of, hey, can I go get the cool thing, or do I get to turn something off?
And you lose a card.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next up, we've got Optimal Form. This is a 3 difficulty, 5 check, 3 mid block on Death, Evil, and Void. Has the first form commit, draw 1 card. Your rival may sacrifice 1 foundation to cancel this effect. And then response, Tenacious. After an attack is played, it gets -1 speed. Only playable while this card is committed.
This card is neat.
I think this card's cool.
I'm not too sold on it being a 3 diff, but I think it's kind of whatever. First form to just draw, and then your rival just decides if that 1 card is worth your rival not having the 1 card. It's just worth blowing up your own foundation for that. And if you have multiple of these, and if you can find a way to just commit them all besides the one you use for the first form, you have speed manipulation on this foundation.
At response speed.
Yeah.
Speed manipulation.
So it's just coming in slower.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. I'm intrigued by it. I think it's funny in the way that it kind of just like offers a trade. It says, I'm going to go down in one foundation this turn to try and draw a card. Do you want to go down in 1 foundation forever to stop me?
Yeah.
And then the response, I think, is quite good if you can find a way to commit it, especially if you have, a character that can run like Concern for Rocksteady, where you commit a card to give minus speed or something like that. If you have ways to force commit it, I think this is pretty solid. I do think it's a little rough as a 3, though.
Yeah. That's kind of where my stage point is I don't know if it needed to be a 3, but I like the words on it.
So for me, you guys keep talking about how do you commit the other ones, and I'm like, you commit them by playing the game. You count them as blank on your turn or when you're blocking, and then all their other stuff gets slower as you continue to play the game.
That is true.
As you block, and then you go, oh, I have to commit a foundation. I guess I'll commit my other optimal form.
That is true. It is just fodder for your checks at that point, besides the first form, the one you use for the first form.
Yeah, sure, but if we can get an effect by committing that and
you paid for a card.
Doing a thing, it's just better. If I can give -2 speed
effect
to commit it, and then
don't get me wrong. Give -2, basically respond -2 with Concern for Rocksteady, get -3 on this block, and then on the next one they do it again and you commit something else and you go -4 on that one. So I'm basically ignoring progressive. Is cool. I think that's a really good plan.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you guys are talking about how do we get it committed? I'm like, you just play the game.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, I think that's just the quickest and easiest solution. Is just if you have 2 or 3 of them, you first form with 1, and the other 2, they're just fodder for your checks.
I think this card's cool.
No, I like it.
There is a world where the other thing is anything that builds in a card committed on your face up in any way. Hey, this is a great target for that, right? I'll build in a committed foundation. It'll be this one. It has a committed effect for the follow-ups.
Yeah, that is true. All right, and then we've got one last one here. We've got Stealing Quirks. This is a 2 difficulty, 5 check, 3 low block on Chaos, Evil, and Void. It says, first enhance flip. The next time you play a keyword ability during this attack, You may have your rival spend 1 momentum as though you were spending momentum to pay for that ability.
I like this card because it is just a way to have your rival. It hates on your rival's momentum while fueling your powerful or EX, which is just great. It's like, hey, man, I need another momentum. You're going to spend it for me. I don't care what you say. You're doing it, okay? It can be whatever one. Get rid of it. I'll get rid of mine. My thing's faster or stronger. It kind of sucks that it's a first enhance, but I feel like this kind of ability should probably be a first enhance. I think it's fine. I think that might be the only stinging part about it is the fact that it's a first enhance, but I get why it's a first enhance.
I don't think it could just say enhance.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because then you just set up all your momentum and everything.
I'll flip. I'll pay all four
That,
of your momentum.
Yeah, that too. If you have multiple, then it's just like, I'll just flip all these. You don't have momentum, or you can stack up some of your momentum and be like, all right, cool. I'll flip my 1 or 2. You lose 1 or 2 momentum, and I'll spend all mine. My thing's stupid fast, stupid strong,
or stupid big, stupid whatever.
Yeah.
I think this card is maybe my favorite of the ones revealed so far for flavor.
Yes.
Like, as far as the flavor of what the villains want to do, hey, I'm going to take this resource from you, I didn't ask, is like one of the best things. Like, hey, I know you hit me and that was like a good thing for you, right? But now I'm going to take what you get from that. Your reward is my reward, actually.
Yeah, you hit me, good job. But hey, that is now mine.
I mean, just like think about like that with combination salvo.
Yep.
You just pay for it, or say like any EX move, like Persistent Malice has the EX2. You're like, yeah, man, I'll just make it a 5/5. That's fine. Like, it's free, right?
Yeah, free 2-speed.
It's literally free because I'm paying your momentum.
Yeah. Just on top of it, I mean, just it's momentum hate, which there are a lot of decks that want to snap that momentum just kind of sit on it, especially with tension and the Roman cancels. You can just deny them the Roman cancel. If they're sitting on the Roman cancel token and 1 momentum, then you steal in Quirks and say, hey, you're not going to get to Roman cancel yellow my attack. So deal with it.
Yeah, for sure. That's the biggest thing for me is I think this targeting the yellow Roman cancel is sick. I'm also really sad that Combination Salvo says your discard pile, because I think spending their momentum and picking up their attack is the funniest thing in the world.
I don't think they're allowed to hand you their card.
That's very funny.
Because it goes to your hand.
Correct.
It doesn't
I think
say
that's
you may
the
play
funniest
it
thing in the
next.
world.
If it said you could play it next, I think that is how it would work, and that would be awesome, actually. That would be maybe the coolest flavor win that they could have
really.
done.
It's like
For all for one. It's just being like, I'll take your coolest thing.
my attack? No, our attack.
No. It's now my attack. It's my quirk.
It is now mine.
But then at the same time, like, didn't we ban a card for doing stuff like that in like, but like from their discard pile?
Meh.
Admittedly, this one would have way more hoops. So
Yeah,
it wouldn't
like,
be
this
as
is way
bad.
different. I have to still check this card. And I have
You
to
still
play
have to check it. You
I
still have to
play
have it. You still have to
on
have them
its
get momentum.
printed difficulty too. So I can't steal a 10 diff and then use 10 diff effects. I have to actually then play that 10 diff.
Yeah,
It's true. It's true.
that is
So
true.
I think it would be fair.
Yeah, no.
It would be way more fair. I'm a little sad maybe you can't do that. Maybe that was actually a world that we lived in for a little bit in testing, and then they went, that's too much.
It's like, actually, don't do this.
I think it is purely a player experience thing. You probably don't want other people handling your cards like that. They don't want to set a precedent of other people handling your cards like that.
I mean, that's fair. But
Yeah, I do think there's a world where it's
don't
like,
think there's any
I don't
world-
want to accidentally take their card, any of those kinds of things.
Correct. I don't think there's a world where me playing your attack at your attack's printed values is like broken.
As my next card.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. Now, I agree with Bryan that this is probably like one of my favorite cards like revealed so far, just because the card's got flavor. It's a very neat effect, especially just in the deck that it is in. It fits really well. it checks a lot of boxes. I mean, it being a 3 block kind of sucks. It is a low block though, and you can never have enough low blocks.
Yeah, I think this card. I could see this card being in a winning deck.
Yeah.
Specifically because of the cancel on Roman, like the fake.
Oh, absolutely.
Cancel Roman.
Yep.
I would
by,
not
like,
be surprised if this shows up in a real deck.
Same.
And you just go, yeah, I'll spend the EX2. I don't care. Because now you can't Roman cancel me for the turn.
Yep.
Whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't Roman cancel and I get stats. Like, it's,
Yeah, and I get like +2 speed or something. It's fine. Like, I think this card's good. The only pushing I would say is like, obviously I don't think it could have had just enhance. I think that's way too good. Maybe it could have had a slightly better low block.
It would probably just have like, if they didn't make it a first enhance, they would probably just have the clause of you can only use one.
Only use this ability once per turn.
Yeah, but we're getting in like Yu-Gi-Oh territory with that, so that's probably what they want to avoid.
We have some stuff like that. But
yeah, we
I
do have
agree.
some stuff like that, but
All right. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Those are all the cards that we currently know about for these decks. What do you guys think about them? Let us know in the comments below. Which cards are you most excited to play with, and which deck are you going to be picking up first?
Are you a hero or a villain?
I'm thirsty. Where's my milk?
Shut
We
up.
don't sell that here. Anyway.
What? Wait.
Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe down below. That way you don't miss any of our future episodes, as well as all the other content that we put out on this channel. I want to thank you very much for watching. And with that,
I'm Andrew. Where's my milk?
I'm Bryan. I'll take a White Russian.
and I'm James. I'm just the other guy.
This bar sucks.